Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Galley La Podcast. I'm your host, Geboss, and as always, joining me is my co-host, Akainu Fanboy.
Yo.
And today we're going to be discussing Jujutsu Kaisen, chapters 249 through 254, I think. And please remember to like and subscribe, and let us know what you thought of the chapters. We're almost caught up to the current releasing, and I'm excited because then we can talk week to week about it. But
Oh yeah.
But so last time we discussed this, Yuta and Rika came in to fight against Sukuna after he sneak attacked Kenjaku, and we actually see the aftermath of that. And what did you think about this? Because originally what I thought was that it was kind of an abrupt ending for Kenjaku, but we do get this little additional piece. But what do you think?
A little better, not much. This should have been just done right after. Instead, I don't like how Gege's been separating all the narrative points.
Mm-hmm.
They did that like later on, as we see with the Maki thing, and
Yeah.
I get it. You want to have like the chakra thing. It's just like the style. Me personally, I just don't appreciate the transition style of that.
Yeah.
Not my cup of tea.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it makes sense because people were saying, well, why don't you just get Maki to kill Kenjaku, because he can't censor. But we see that when Kenjaku died, that all the cursed spirits that were being controlled by him went on a rampage, and only Yuta was able to take care of him with Rika. So
W.
yeah. But yeah, I mean, we do definitely get to see that Yuta just stabs him in the head, and he's done so. He's done so now. So
yeah. Like I said, it's crazy again how Gege put so much. I mean, I guess I'll be saying that over and over again. I'll try not to, but for this review, but he killed one of the two big bads in the entire series.
yeah. Honestly, I think Gege gave Yuta that W because I think ultimately Sukuna is going to get defeated by Yuji. So
yeah,
I mean, we see later on that they team up as like deuter antagonists or protagonists. So
yeah.
I think him defeating Kenjaku is fine like that. But
Oh no, I'm fine with it too. I mean, and I think he had a pretty good showing against Sukuna here.
oh yeah. I mean, he doesn't really waste any time. And we finally get to see Yuta's domain expansion, which was teased back in Sendai Colony. And what do you think about it?
I love the design of it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just a really cool looking design. I think it corresponds well to his character. I think the samurai. I know he's not like seen as like the swordsman guy, but like I do like the samurai sword is very characteristic for his image and stuff like that. And having all these different abilities there too, it's just freaking busted, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just have Rika just like hitting you in between all those shots, and I just looking at chapter 250.
Mm-hmm.
Where Yuta just kind of looks like a ghost. Like, I mean, he has like the curse possessed Brad, right? But you just like see him. He's just like this phantom that's moving in with all these different techniques. You just don't know where he's gonna hit you with next, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I really liked the thing with, because his domain is, I think, perfectly represents his skill ability with like infinite possibilities with his techniques, with all the swords being imbued with them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought I don't know, it could just be like a character thing, like he learned to like not hold back his punches, or
Yeah, because he was pretty timid when we first got introduced with him.
Yeah, but I think going in right into the domain makes sense for at least this level of fighting with Sukuna.
Yeah, and this guy killed a sensei too.
Yeah.
You know, we saw how he reacted to Geto when he did extreme damage to Maki Panda, right? So, like, you know, it's like not. I mean, he's less enraged here. You know, he's more calm and collected than he was back then. But yeah,
yeah. But I'm just glad that Yuji, they need to have different names. They're too similar. But I love how they team up here.
Yeah.
And finally, Yuji gets time to shine. Like, I think my favorite combat moves from this series of chapters is just Rika launching Yuji like a missile into like this missile kick.
Yeah.
I just love that little piece of choreography there. But
yeah,
I don't know. I think JJK fights have always been like really brutal, but I don't know. Like with this, like Sukuna gets his arms cut off and his like the tongue in his stomach ripped off, and it's pretty brutal. All this,
and then Yuta using that ability, his own ability against Sukuna was great.
Oh yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, and yeah, the revelation that he ate the final finger to gain the power.
Yeah,
which is like, I think that's like a perfect Chekhov's gun. Although it makes you think like, why didn't Yuta? I think because of Yuta's ability, he was able to do it. But I think if anyone else ate it, they would have been possessed by Sukuna too, right?
Yeah, I think it was just a copy thing. Yeah, or who knows? It might be like a weird plot point later on.
Yeah, but
Sukuna possesses Yuta.
Yeah, but I also like we get the precognition ability from Charles Bernard. That's his only contribution to this whole fight. Like we see like the one panel of him reacting to the fight on like his phone. That's like, okay, like I don't know. It just seemed kind of he was just kind of there to explain Hikari's powers, and in the end, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah. But Yuji and Yuta go like all out, and
Jacob's ladder, bro.
Yeah.
Just give me all your freaking abilities, guys, for this fight. You know.
I think that's literally what he did. Like, okay, I need to do, like, have all of this ready because it's Sukuna. Although, okay, so, I guess we'll save this for the end. I want to talk about Sukuna, but well, what do you think about Itadori gaining blood manipulation?
I think it kind of makes sense. I mean,
yeah,
I'm not. You know, it was cool for him to develop a technique that's works well with the character and everything. Yeah. I mean, do I think that whole plot line kind of was cut preemptively short with the death of Kenjaku? Yeah, but I still think it's cool to see that. You know, I just expected more from it, I guess. You know,
But I don't know. I think like. Okay, it's another blood manipulation user because we had Choso, his two brothers, Kamo, Noritoshi Kamo.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
Okay, can we get like a little bit, like something that's Itadori's himself? I mean, we do kind of.
Yuta too gets that ability.
The blood manipulation.
Yeah, just because like everybody was given the abilities.
Oh yeah, he probably should. Oh yeah, because
yeah.
Even Sukuna could kind of use it. Like he was using it with Max Elephant in the Gojo fight, basically. But I mean, we do kind of get a like Itadori can punch the between the structures of the soul. I guess that is like unique to himself. Because he knows that Sukuna's soul and everything. But speaking of that, do you now subscribe to the Fushiguro is a bum camp now, or?
Yeah.
What do you think of this whole thing with him? Like, he already gave up the will to live.
Doesn't look great.
Yeah.
I mean, when Ino's putting in more work than you are, there's an issue. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
you know,
I think if anything, it would be like, okay, Sumiki's dead. Like, your body's been taken over. I would think he would be like more enraged than anything.
I mean, okay, like, fine. People could get angry at me. That's fine. He's a weak character compared to so many other characters in this show. Gojo lost a loved one. Yuta, Itadori, right? Like, lost plenty of loved ones here. Ino, even with Nanami, right?
Yeah.
Like, all these people have the will and the fight to live. I mean, especially Itadori just lost so much, and I think like Yuta and Itadori probably lost the most, like, emotionally, you know, through this whole thing, you know. So, and they're still going all out, and then, like, yeah, I get it's a unique circumstance, but I think you could say his weak willpower shows like he's not like the best guy in the series, you know, right? Like, I think that's kind of fair to say. I mean, like, can you say like he's really displayed any feats where he's comparable to Yuta? I'm not just talking power, but I'm just talking about willpower.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the closest would be like he's willing to kill for like his sister, but he's not willing to fight against Sukuna's possession. Like, when offered the opportunity to. You know?
Yeah, I guess you could say, like, kind of the difference between when Sukuna took over Itadori is, like, he kept on going, he kept on wanting to live, while when he's taking over Megumi, it's like he doesn't want to continue to live.
Well, he is that's the whole thing with Maharaga. he attempted, like, Maharaga suicide, like, so many times. Maybe it is in character.
Yeah, just... I know people debate about the whole JJK, like, who's the best guy or whatever. You know, like, who's the cool, you know, like, who's the MC or whatever. And it's like, I don't know how you could say it's Megumi.
Well, it was revealed recently that Fushiguro was going to be the main character, but Gege was like, no, he's too boring. No one's going to like this.
Yeah, he's just getting, like, I kind of saw him maybe as a potentially, like, Sasuke Naruto type of relationship here, you know? I'm not a Naruto guy, I don't, you know, but I don't see him having any remotely narrative prominence as Sasuke did at all, you know? Like, nope. So, it was kind of interesting, though, like, to see Maki come in. And I like it. She shows an impressive performance, and everything like that. But she ultimately gets.
Yeah, like, I only wish that the art was good. Like, there's like
that was bad.
Yeah, I think Gege was, like, not feeling well at the time, so those pages weren't. Because I mean, I don't think it's conveyed, like, how badly Yuta's injured here. Like, he's cut all the way through.
Yeah.
But again, it's like a whole flashback. Like, okay, Maki, it's time for you to go in once the barrier breaks, which we expect. It's kind of. Would you have wanted, like, the whole plan explained out to you, or
no,
or like in a meeting beforehand, like, okay, this is what we're aiming to do? Because this seems like kind of very specific. Like, okay, Yuta's gonna go in. If Gojo dies, then Kashimo comes in. If Kashimo fails, then Higuruma's gonna come in. If Higuruma fails, then Yuta has to come and use his domain. And if his domain fails, then Maki comes in. It's like, it's like, okay, hold on, you're planning way too much for like contingencies here.
Yeah. I don't like it. I'm more showing versus than telling. There's been a lot of telling, and I don't really appreciate it. Just to add one more little negative thing. Okay. I miss not Maki's old character of kind of being like the attractive, confident girl. That was like had like a lot more of the snippy dialogue, and you only get it like that heart of yours. Keep that up while you fight me.
Yeah.
That was kind of the first glimpse of it, but I don't know. Giga's kind of turned her into this buff, badass, not minimal character,
She's turning into Zoro.
Yeah.
Post time skip Zoro.
I just don't really connect her character like I did before. I loved her character, initially.
I think it kind of peaked with, well, for me, when she first awakened to her abilities, not the second time she awakened, but
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's cool. It's a cool fight. I want to see this all animated, like really. I think it's going to be really well animated, but
yeah. So I would say, like a good contrast though, I would say is like with Hikari, where you see his personality, how he was introduced, maintained throughout the entire fights and all of his fights, and that's not diminished in any way, right? While I feel like with this transformation with Maki, we've lost a lot of her character qualities, just to be like this buff badass, right? Which is unfortunate because she was one of my favorite characters when the show started off, and I've, kind of like this tactical, smart, really attractive person, and that's now it's just kind of like I assume she's smart, but you don't see it. It's just kind of like this dunderhead, just like smash button kind of thing, and
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think in terms of like combat intelligence, I think she's very, very intelligent, but
she is. It's just not being displayed.
Yeah. But I mean, her fight scenes are really cool. But one thing that I don't like is that like Hikari's like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna win this now, and Urume's like, oh yeah, I can see that Sukuna still isn't taking this fight seriously. And it's like, really? We're still going in on this? Like, okay, I get
kind of lame. I hated that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we can talk about this now. Like, I am not a big fan of like, okay, like I said, Higuruma died, Yuta comes in, Yuta gets taken out, then Maki comes in, Maki gets taken out, and then although it does lead to what I think we both agree is a great character thing for Kusakabe.
Yes. Top 5 character.
Yeah. But I don't know, it's just a rotating cast of, okay, this person gets taken out and then cliffhanger, this next person's gonna fight him. I feel like it's kind of weak in that regard because it's all against the same opponent, and it's not like Sukuna's showing anything too new right now, he's just like overpowering everyone, which isn't as engaging as showing new stuff.
Yeah, and also like just stop explaining and just show people Tekken. I thought the Kusakabe thing was a great transition right there. I thought that was great.
Oh yeah,
but then just stop
Yeah, when Kusakabe uses the Nanami's sword.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, but let's talk about Kusakabe really quick, because the 254 I think is a really good, well-written chapter for his character.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, because like we've seen that he's like oh, I don't want to be here, like why am I risking my life for this, like did I really just say that and everything, and
yeah,
it's like he doesn't even really have that like crazy of ability. He's just like kind of a regular person.
Yeah.
and everyone just respects him and says that he's good because he's just a regular person. Like he knows the basics for everything, and I don't know, just seeing him, like he has that one move where he like unleashes like all those slashes against Sukuna.
Yeah.
But then his sword breaks and he immediately goes in like right away, like hand to hand.
Right.
You can really see that he's giving his all for this. But
it's cool to see him so talented when he doesn't want to fight.
Yeah, it's like it's always like the lazy badass trope. Like I am a big fan of that. Shikamaru, like Hyuraku from Bleach, like even like Aokiji.
Yes.
Like the lazy guys who are just like so badass.
Yeah.
But I mean, even though he doesn't really amount to much, I think he put on like a bigger display for his character and like his tenacity more than other characters. Maybe because we've already kind of seen it before, but I don't know. I just think he came out of these chapters like the MVP character.
More character development than Fushiguro.
Oh yeah, like he's actually trying.
Yeah.
So do you think that he's dead? I hope that he's not, because Wee Wee's just kind of like teleporting all the bodies away.
I think he'll be okay, because I think a gag with his character is that he's going to keep on coming back, even though he's like just sick of fighting. You know, like his curse is like he keeps on getting brought back into fighting for people.
Yeah.
He's just like...
I mean, it actually kind of makes sense how he blocked the Uzumaki from Kenjaku in Shibuya. Like seeing like this level of talent from him.
Yeah.
I only wish that like Miwa kind of got to do something like this, you know? Because I don't know. I think Miwa was kind of built up like kind of as this character, like she was gonna do something, but she never really amounted to much. Like she said, like
she became a meme.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I can't even swing my sword anymore because I took this binding vow, and it's like, well, at least have that level of sacrifice mean something, you know?
Yeah.
At
least like have someone of a comeback, you know?
Yeah. But yeah, we see Sukuna go after Wee Wee, and then we get just another character coming to fight Sukuna. Like it's like the plot, it's like the formula now, but it's Miguel, who literally hasn't shown up in the main story. He hasn't shown up in the main story at all. He's only JJK0, but
top A character.
But it is hype to see him.
Yeah.
I mean, because honestly, he was fighting like on par with Gojo and everything. I mean, he survived Gojo. Let's say that.
Yeah. He survived. Yeah.
Yeah, but
and that was a serious Gojo too. It was a serious Gojo.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought. I mean, it is cool to see him, but I'm just not. I feel like Gege is just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna just kind of throw everything at the. Because this is the final part of the story now, so
yeah,
just kind of throwing everyone in. So
and I will say he hasn't been doing it impressively. Like there's some cool parts in it, but you're right. I don't think he's doing tag teams impressively. For sure.
I kind of wish that there was more going on. You know, like everyone kind of had their own separate fights. It wasn't just all against Sukuna. Like the only one that like Urume and Hikari are fighting, but there hasn't even really been an emphasis on it. It's just all Sukuna.
Yeah, and I expected a lot more to see from Hikari. You know, it's kind of sad to see him relegated to this position. I would have liked to seen him go up against Sukuna. I think that'd be kind of interesting. You know, like if Sukuna, Itadori, and Yuta hit him all at once, I'm curious to see what would have happened. You know. You know, so it's sad that Tojo is Toto. Sorry, Toto is not in play right here either.
Yeah, he's just kind of. Did Gege forget? Who knows? But
yeah, it's weird because he was compared with Yuta, Hikari, and Itadori though when Gojo was talking about them, where he said he needed to create a new tier for above special class because of these guys.
yeah,
And then Toto like kind of gets preemptively removed, in my humble opinion. So yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're like 10 chapters behind, I think, at this point. So maybe we can knock those off in a couple videos, but yeah, are you excited to see what Miguel is going to do here, or do you think he's going to be fodder like everyone else?
No, dude, Miguel's gonna kill it.
If he has that black rope.
Well, it's funny. Miguel's a real one because remember, Yuta was like, "Yeah, he didn't want to talk to you,"
Yeah, with Gojo.
and now he pulled up as soon as Gojo got killed off. He's like, "All right, now it's time for me."
Oh yeah, he did show up in that little flashback.
Yeah. He's like, "Yeah, he didn't want to talk to you."
Yeah.
I miss Gojo. I miss him.
Yeah.
It's sad. Yeah, but good set of chapters. Yuta remains
goated.
Only slightly defeated. I will say that much.
He's only slightly like split in half, maybe, but.
And knowing that guy, he could just do like a weird technique, bro. He has the biggest bag for recovery. Let's just be real about this.
Yeah, but yeah, we will see. But yeah, those are your final thoughts?
Those are my final thoughts.
Okay. Once again, like and subscribe if you like the content. No spoilers for the coming chapters. And we will talk to you guys later.
Peace.